Tonight at 9, the race for Student Government Association begins. Hear what all three of the new slates had to say at the first debate.
Indiana high school students are learning robotics and coding, how it could turn from a fun hobby to their future.
And wintry weather continues. I time out the snow chances to end the week coming up in my forecast.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Blake Dollier.
And I'm Logan Salzbrenner. Thanks for being with us. Our top story tonight, the Student Government Association held their first debate of the 2020 election cycle this afternoon.
NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brummett was there. He joins us now live in the newsroom. Tyler, what did the three slates discuss?
Well, Blake and Logan, the candidates in tonight's debate really talked about a lot, including that controversial zero-tolerance Greek life bill. Another topic that was discussed were issues relating to race on campus. Thursday afternoon, in front of cameras, the current SGA administration and about 20 students, the three slates in this election cycle tackled some hot topics.
If you look around the room, I count about 24 people. That should be shameful.
But those who were there heard from Alliance, Bold, and Orem. A focal point for the slates was this viral video from last month involving police, a professor, and a student.
I think it's really important for, underrepresented students and marginalized students to be connected to professional resources.
There was not just white males this year. There's a lot of people, different colors of the rainbow.
I know what it's like to feel marginalized as well, so we need to make sure that we take this in a holistic view.
The slates also talked about a controversial bill that passed under the current SGA administration. That bill is a zero-tolerance policy on Greek life organizations in situations where sexual assaults are reported.
The conversation was made to be either you support sexual assault survivors or you support Greek life.
I've had several residents and several of my coworkers come to me furious about the bill.
We initially favored this legislation because we are passionate about combating sexual assault incidents and hazing incidents both on and off campus.
And while Alliance, Bold, and Orem are getting the ball rolling on their campaigns, they just hope their points are heard loud and clear.
I plan to continue the growth of Ball State and to continue to do so in a way that is representative of the entire student body.
Orem is the only slate that has the necessary experience.
I want to make sure that we are pushing forward this image and that our values are being seen by the students before they see kind of the points.
And as we mentioned, today's debate was the first of three debates. Here's the remainder of that debate schedule as we take a look at that right now. The next one will be the presidential and vice presidential debate. That will be happening Monday night at 7, and then the third and final debate will be in just 1 week, next Thursday at 7 o'clock. All of this leading up to voting on February 17th and the 18th. NewsLink Indiana will continue to be on top of the elections, and of course we will bring you the very
Tyler Brummett live for us tonight in the newsroom. Tyler, thank you.
And now over to Washington. The impeachment hearings may be over, but President Donald Trump and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi are still squaring off.
An acquitted President Trump walking into a standing ovation and describing what he says he's been through since he decided to run for president.
It was evil, it was corrupt, it was dirty cops. It was leakers and liars.
With praises to his legal team, the president reiterating his innocence.
We went through hell unfairly, did nothing wrong, But this is what the end result is.
But over at Capitol Hill, a very different message.
You're impeached forever. You're never getting rid of that scar.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying the House will continue with oversight.
You were impeached for undermining the security of our country, jeopardizing the integrity of our elections, and violating the Constitution of the United States.
The bad blood between the two with no end in sight.
Nancy Pelosi is a horrible person. And she wanted to impeach a long time ago when she said, I pray for the president. I pray for the president. She didn't pray.
I pray hard for him because he's so off the track of our Constitution. He really needs our prayers. So he can say whatever he wants.
In Washington, I'm Camila Bernal reporting.
In the midst of the president's acquittal, he is praising Representative Kevin McCarthy, saying he will be the next Speaker of the House.
Democratic National Committee Chairman Tom Perez is calling for a revision of the Iowa caucus from Monday night. Recanvassing is what Perez calls it, and it includes checking the numbers that are already released. Due to the controversy over the past 48 hours now, the numbers show Pete Buttigieg holding a 0.1% lead over the other leading Democrats: Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Joe Biden, and Amy Klobuchar.
Meanwhile, back in Indianapolis, Mayor Joe Hogsett is backing Pete Buttigieg's presidential bid. Hogsett joins in filing the paperwork to place the former South Bend mayor's name on the state's May primary ballot.
He tells presidential hopeful supporters that Buttigieg, quote, represents the best of what makes America work. Now, Nathan, I know it has been a cold one out today, and really it seems like there's no end in sight.
Yeah, guys, I'm accepting complaints for the groundhog because as soon as that groundhog said it was spring, boy, the winter sure came back. We had ice yesterday, snow today, still seeing some of that snow starting to exit the area. As we span out, though, still seeing some development here in southern Indiana, especially going to track off to our south and east here. That's why Richmond and Wayne County there still has a winter weather advisory in effect until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. As we still see temperatures out there this evening, still quite chilly, 28 in Muncie, 27 in Indianapolis, and 26 degrees. Good evening to you in Lafayette. Now, as we track these snow chances here over the next couple days, we're going to break those all down coming up in my full forecast, as well as some warmer temperatures next week. I'll have the latest coming up in just a little bit later on.
While most household chores consist of dishes, laundry, and sweeping the floors, many Muncie residents are also adding picking up trash out of their yards to the list. NewsLink Indiana's Logan Rivera tells us what the city does to help.
Trash. It lays scattered across yards and along roads, and Muncie residents are tired of it.
It's mostly college kids, you know. I live in a area real close to a lot of the frat houses and around a lot of student housing. I know they're coming home from parties and they just throw their trash everywhere, and it's not much you can do about it. But
Ball State senior Jacob Bryan is just one of many residents plagued by Muncie's litter. Many, like Bryan, have to clean up their yards every week.
But it hasn't been a huge problem. It's just kind of doesn't look good. You know, it's not like there's a huge pile of garbage, but it's like there's a few cans every weekend, and it doesn't look good.
Muncie businesses also have to battle the litter, with some, like Jimmy John's, having to clean their property 3 times a day. But General Manager Justin Arnold explains that it's a national problem that won't blow away anytime soon.
You know, I can't say that it's a problem with campus or Muncie because I've lived in every single state in the United States, and it seems that there's a lot of people around the world that just don't care. So it seems like a problem everywhere.
While the Muncie Sanitary District does implement fines for upkeep and organize group cleanups for areas like the McGalliard and Morrison intersection, BSU Rentals property manager Orion North-Nagel says they need to be doing more.
I mean, a lot of it has to do with, and I hate to do this, but the sanitary district, when they pick up trash, they fling trash everywhere almost every time, and they never pick it up. They leave it there, and then the wind takes it, and now it's littered on 4 or 5 houses. And end result of that, if they're my properties, we have to pay a technician to go pick that up. So it's an ongoing battle.
If stronger city enforcement is required, or more personal responsibility, remember to aim for the can and not the ground. In Muncie, Logan Rivera, NewsLink, Indiana.
To report excessive trash or garbage on your property, contact the Muncie Sanitary District at 765-747-4865.
Ball State University says it's closely monitoring the latest coronavirus outbreak. The university sent out a mass email earlier today saying Ball State remains consistent with the U.S. Department of State and continues to suspend all work-related travel. And the Better Business Bureau is warning you germs are not the only thing you need to worry about with the virus. Now scammers are sending emails and building websites promising tips and helpful products, but they're actually trying to steal your data. Experts say in order to avoid this, delete anything unusual, ignore online offers for vaccinations, and make sure the softwares that protect your computer are up to date. Meanwhile, in Chile, the health ministry is holding coronavirus drills at an airport. The ministry says health workers are training to be prepared for any case. As of now, the Chilean government says the country has no positive cases.
One store is going cashierless. How a gas station is trying to operate without an employee on site next.
But first, area high school students are turning their hobbies into careers, and they're coming together right here in Muncie.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Mad Jack's, the makerspace in downtown Muncie, is reaching out to a younger crowd. It's called Future of Work Initiative, a network of businesses, nonprofits, and educational organizations. Celia Lavoie reports the goal is to bring together current professionals with the next generation of STEM professionals, this time with a robotics tournament.
This is Anthony Petit's first year competing in a VEX robotics tournament.
I'm trying to make sure the robot runs smoothly, like fix any kinks it has, and then I might drive.
Driven today by motivation to win, Petit has a cheerleader on the sidelines.
I'm here for moral support.
Petit's mother says the robotics team has a lot to offer as an extracurricular activity.
I think that the robotics has more to offer even than like a sports team.
Like a sports team, the students have coaches and mentors helping them.
So our class is set up to where as freshmen and sophomores, they come in and they learn the basics of VEX and the coding platform.
To compete outside of the classroom, students build on their own time.
So they come in after school, Tuesdays and Thursdays at our school for, sometimes 8 hours, 10 hours a week.
We've been working pretty hard over the past few weeks, like meeting after school for a few hours to try to get everything together.
At the competitions, teachers want their students to win, but they have another goal too.
It is about scoring, but it's also working with teamwork. So we try to get the students to work together, communicating, talking with each other.
With the help of donors, the VEX program hopes to get robotics into more schools in East Central Indiana.
This is a culmination of about a year's worth of work.
A year's worth of work that could lead to a lifetime career.
It can be a really cool platform to boost you into maybe a career that you didn't even know you enjoyed.
And while a career in mechanical engineering might be in his future, for now, Petit is hoping for one thing.
I'm hoping to win.
In Muncie, Celia Lavoie, NewsLink, Indiana.
Anthony's team did not win the tournament, but the team did place at the event.
One store is testing to see if it can go cashierless. 7-Eleven, the quick convenience store in Irving, Texas, will see if the new change will work worldwide. Customers will be able to order from an app, check in and pick up their items in the store, and just walk out, while the app debits their bank account. Now, with all of this crazy weather, I am wondering if maybe some stores are going to have to close. Nathan, what do you have for us?
Well, thankfully, this precipitation moving out isn't going to be too big of an impact, but certainly watch out for some slick spots this evening. I'm breaking down those snow chances coming up right after this break.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back. could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
And welcome back, and it has been a cold one today. Ice sheets just all over the place. Nathan, I'm beginning to think they're turning Ball State into a skating rink.
You might need those ice skates, especially yesterday. Certainly winter weather lovers rejoice as we're finally getting some good wintry weather. I mean, it seems like you had to go all the way back to November to see the last time we saw this ice and snow. But as we look out right now, we're starting to see the snow exit to the area off to the north and the east. But as we span out across the whole east coast here, this is all part of a larger weather system producing some severe weather here off to the southeast. Notice we're still hanging on to some of those snow showers in our area. We're also going to be tracking here off to the northwest, our next weather system moving in this weekend. Current temperatures right now, though, 28 here in Muncie, 29 in Shelbyville. Good evening to you in the Circle City. You're sitting at 27 degrees. If you factor in the wind chill, a little bit cooler out there right now. 20 degrees in Muncie, feels like 17 in Fort Wayne, and 15 degrees in Kokomo. Now, as we track these snow showers here over the next few hours, start to see scattered activity here throughout the night, but no huge impacts expected with these snow showers. Again, watch out for some slick spots, especially on untreated roadways, and that chance is going to linger into the day tomorrow, especially around the evening commute time as well. Again, not going to be an impactful event by any means. As we get into the day on Saturday, though, going to see a little bit more in the terms of snow shower activity. So again, be careful as you head out throughout the next couple of days. Be prepared for some of those snow showers, especially as these temperatures as well continue to be a battleground here across Indiana. Still seeing temperatures in the 30s as we top out around 31 tomorrow. Topping off in a similar number there on Saturday. Still seeing those temperatures quite cool for this time of the year. But as we get into the day on Sunday, we're going to track another weather system moving toward our area. We're going to start to see some warmer air, however, push into this system. Notice 50s off to our south. We tap in on some of that warm air. We're going to start to see some rain working into the forecast as well. So here's a quick timeout of that system on Sunday. Starting as some snow here Sunday night, transitioning over to all rain as we wrap it up on Monday morning. Could start to see more snow activity toward the later portions of that system. So we're going to track this one closely as well over the next couple of days as we dry out through the rest of the day on Monday. So the forecast for tonight, 23 degrees, isolated snow showers. Again, not looking widespread by any means. Chance of snow is 30% as we time out your day tomorrow. When you wake up tomorrow morning, again, seeing those potential few snow showers by noon. Cloudy skies, though, warming up into the 30s, 5 o'clock, 31 degrees. Winds decreasing throughout the day, coming out of the west in the evening there at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now tomorrow, though, it's Ball State night at the Pacers, so if you're traveling down to Indianapolis for the game, again, be careful during that evening commute there. 33 degrees by 5 o'clock as we get to game time, 30 degrees. You head out to after the game, though, things are looking pretty good. Quite chilly, though, 27 degrees, that temperature by the end of the game. In the mid-7-day forecast, seeing that wintry weather continuing here Friday, Saturday, and all the way into Sunday, but a nice drying out trend as we start next week. 36 on Monday. Maybe seeing some sunshine there on Tuesday. We'll cross our fingers for that one. 40 degrees. Wednesday, 41 degrees. Another weather system, though, starts to move in toward the later portions of next week. We'll drop temperatures back to more seasonal levels. 35 there for your Thursday.
Now, Nathan, I would love to see that sun peek out from behind the cloud for the first time in seemingly forever. And once it warms up, sports are going to get kicked off, too, with some interesting action in soccer. But coming up in sports, NewsLink Indiana sits down with former Ball State basketball player Trey Moses after winning a national award. He's now playing professionally in Bulgaria. Hark, tell us more.
But now we're looking back on the legacy that he left here in Muncie, Indiana. That's here, next in sports.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener and loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. When I think of kids going to school hungry, hunger, homelessness, in this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up-to-the-minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
Andy Keister, former cheerleader, up top right here.
I do have, I don't know if you can see a toucan this morning.
Toucan, the Fruit Loop guy.
Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Hark Horning with sports. Former Ball State standout Trey Moses was recognized by the NCAA. NewsLink Indiana's Imani Butts has the story.
Former Ball State basketball player and mental health advocate Trey Moses won the 2020 NCAA Inspiration Award. Given to players who have motivated others and served the community as role models, he used his time at Ball State to speak out about mental health.
Me speaking up on mental health not only helps those who deal with mental health, but me being an athlete also helps those who deal with mental health that are also athletes. And, you know, as an athlete, it's hard dealing with mental health issues because it's, you know, you're supposed to just be tough.
As a Cardinal, Moses not only used his talents on the court, but he also left an effect on his former team and Ball State campus through contributions to the community.
I just feel like I just left an impact for guys to just want to be, you know, better teammates. It was one of those things that Coach Witt, he does a good job of just instilling that in you from a young age. So from my freshman year up until my senior year, I felt like I was a leader.
And it's honestly inspired a lot of people, including me. I mean, I now have friends with kids who have mental health issues. And I was telling Trey the other day, I reflect back upon that. If my kid was going through some of that, to have someone like Trey to reach out and be able to touch him and help him.
I also feel like I started something that's way bigger than me. I started 24 Reasons. And this goes back to my best friend and teammate at Ball State who had, you know, passed away from taking his own life, Zach Hollywood. He wore the number 24. And so 24 Reasons is if you buy something, 24% of that charity is going to, 24% of that, of your purchase is going to go to charity. And of that 24%, there's 24 different charities, so 1% is going to go to each charity.
Out of the countless lives that he's touched, he will continue to advocate for mental health for the years to come. In Muncie, Imani Butts, NewsLink, Indiana.
Moses plans to continue to use his platform and voice for mental health advocacy. The Ball State's men's volleyball team returns to action at home tonight. NewsLink's Indiana's Donovan Nance was at Northern with more on the outcome.
The Cards showed why hard work pays off, sweeping their third straight opponent after sweeping the 7th-ranked Nittany Lions and St. Francis University on the road. We came back here and improved our home record to 3-0, staying unbeaten. I'm here with senior Blake Reardon. Blake, what were the keys to success tonight?
A lot of guys came off the bench. They played very well. Our blocking was killing it. We kept the serving pressure on them, and we communicated, and everything came together. It was great.
It's great to get home wins. It's great to win overall, but it's lovely staying unbeaten here at home. The Cards return here at home against Damon University this Saturday, Worthing Arena. Donovan Nance here in Muncie, Indiana. Thank you very much.
The volleyball team will return to action on Saturday against Damon.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Now to some stories Logan and I actually picked for tonight's show. After last week's big Super Bowl victory, the Kansas City Chiefs, they returned home to party. Fans took to the streets this week and grabbed their coolers to celebrate their team's first Super Bowl victory in 50 years. But then the fans left and left behind a mess. The Kansas City Street Department had endless amounts of cleanup, working from one end to another. Cleanup is underway, from picking up food and empty beer bottles to sweeping up all that just shredded confetti. Wow, this was a crazy one.
And if you're looking for the perfect gift for your special someone on Valentine's Day, look no further. A fast food chain is selling a special new product just in time for Valentine's Day. The In-N-Out burger chain is selling cup shoes on their website. While they are known for their burgers and fries, they have created their shoes with the design of their cups. If your significant other is a lover of In-N-Out, you can purchase the shoes on In-N-Out's website. You know, I feel like trash and pickup has been a big topic today, from our story earlier with the Muncie community to our story now with the Chiefs. It's just crazy to me.
It is crazy, and can you imagine for those fans there getting their first Super Bowl in 50 years, but it seems like it's going to be the first time seeing the sun in 50 years, Nathan.
Yeah, Andy Reid can get his cheeseburger in and out, and he can also get those shoes. So how about that story there? But as we transition back in the final weather, seeing that wintry system here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before we start to dry out Monday, Tuesday, before another weather system works its way in Wednesday and Thursday.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.